Hi Cancer, I hope you guys are doing great. Welcome to your general messages for the 22nd until the 31st, the end of the month. We can believe it. So let's just get right into stuff. We're going to do relationships first, then we'll do career. I'll timestamp in the description box below. I'll do a spread for you, spread for somebody that you're dealing with. Okay. All right, let's get right into things. Pull a Moonology card first. Surrender to the divine. Beautiful. Full moon. Beautiful. Surrender to the divine. There's something that's going on that you sort of need to surrender to. Let's pull something very faded is going on here. We're talking about a full moon. Something reaching a culminating point that's meant to happen, though. It's very driven by the divine, the inner child. So somebody needs to really focus on some issues that have been a problem from an earlier part of life. You know, working on that inner child stuff that we picked up along the way, you know, before we left the nursery kind of thing. Now, either you or the energy that you're dealing with in relationship. And that's a pretty deep one, guys. It really is about looking at the relationship, you know, between the people who raised you, and whatever that looked like. And, you know, did you learn really good coping techniques? Did you understand resolution, or did you just see arguments? Or was there a lot of coddling? And so arguments are just not something that you connect with. So, you know, anything like that. So we have this working with the to be fair energy. So it is a lot about fairness. There does seem to be some need to do some work on the inner self. So if it's not you, perhaps it's the energy that you're dealing with, them needing to do the work, where they're, you know, fighting these inner demons, right, from an earlier time in their life, and it's manifesting within the relationship. But it seems like something has sort of boiled up, and it's gotten to the point where we have to sit and say, all right, you know, what's fair, what's going on? If this is going to work, it can't continue in exactly the way that we've been working it right now. So let's see what we get as far as a Celtic cross spread. So we have the Death reverse, we have the Three of Cups, Page of Cups, Five of Cups, Five of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles in reverse, Temperance reverse, Lovers, King of Pentacles, and we have the Eight of Cups. All right, so let me just roll some dice. Let's see, we have Virgo. Virgo's all about solving problems. I don't know if you guys could see that. This is a landlord of the sixth house of solving problems. Neptune is feeling very unsure of what is going on right now. And then we have 10th house. 10th house has to do with public reputation, standing in the world, and our ability to put a lot of work into something. So we have work, work, work. Work to solve some problems, even though you feel very unclear right now. So we have coming into this energy the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So the Five of Pentacles in reverse does indicate returning of hope. So maybe you guys were you know, not in communication, or maybe you were together but you were feeling very emotionally distant. Things were just sort of not right, but then hope returning, which is nice, right? Because this is an energy of forgiveness coming into this. See, a lot of times reversals are not bad. A lot of you like yell at me that I do reversals, but okay. And then we have, right now we have the Death reverse energy. So the Death reverse energy, I mean, this is a Scorpio, right? This is Scorpio energy. And in the reverse, it indicates stagnation and this inertia and feeling really, really stuck. Feeling just very stuck in something. So sometimes, you know, the Death energy could mean the end of a relationship or end of it for a time period so that everyone could breathe a little bit and get a different perspective. But in the reverse, it's like that's not happening. That's not happening. But yet things aren't good, but yet they're not, you guys are not taking the break, right? And this is, but I feel like you guys are working on it, right? Because for those of you who are resonating with this, who are in relationship, the Three of Cups does have to do with support, you know, just a lot of like a circle of support, emotional and physical healing, really good energy for a relationship, because this is the number of creation. So right now what I'm feeling though, because it's crossing it, it's like you guys are in this sort of like, I don't know if it's like an analysis paralysis that I'm feeling, but you're not here, but you're not there kind of thing. You're kind of stuck in between places. Now we have the Page of Cups as the crowning energy, and the pages always indicate a new cycle, and the Cups is a really good energy for any emotional aspect in your life. So this can indicate a brand new partner for those of you who are in between things, but this could also indicate a new cycle for you and your partner right now. You guys having a really good conversation and you guys working things out. It could certainly be that, where it's a new cycle within the relationship. But we have the Five of Cups here, and the Five of Cups does indicate loss and sadness, and this could be, you know, a situation ending before you felt really, really ready for it, but you're going to be able to deal with it, right? This is the Five of Cups energy is very much like you're going to be able to assimilate any sort of like sadness and stress with something new, But I do, you know, we have the Temperance reverse, very disruptive energy, very chaotic. This is in your position, feeling out of control. So some of you may be in a very upset space right now. Okay, so Cancer, if you're resonating with this, it does seem like in the recent past there was some sort of forgiveness and you guys were trying to fix something, but no matter how you tried to work at it, it really wasn't really working. And you feeling this element of sadness because you weren't ready to release it yet. But with the Page of Cups, for some of you, this again is going to indicate starting a new cycle. Others of you are like, all right, you know what? I have to just move on. I have to start something new. But in yourself, there's this element sort of like of chaos. Very disruptive energy. Feeling kind of out of control. And the thing is here, we have this working with the Lover's energies external to you. The Lovers, this is a Gemini energy. And the Lover's energy is always about making a decision, needing to make a decision in love. So it's the kind of thing where, first of all, if you guys are finding yourself as being single right now, you're trying really, really hard to sort of release any sort of blocks, really loving yourself first so that you can release blocks to manifest the right relationship when it does come along. You might be having a hard time doing that. Others of you, if you're dealing with a relationship, the decision here is, do we think we have a strong enough foundation to actually work this out and move forward? And the thing is, you may be the one that's realizing that it's not there, or they may be. It doesn't really matter. It's like this sadness, though, because I'm feeling almost like this recognition, Cancer, that like the fairy tale in your mind, it's not really what you thought it was. It's, you know, I always say, like, when a relationship ends, it's like an ending of a fairy tale. And then you have to be really honest with yourself and say, okay, was I projecting onto this relationship what I really wanted it to be, without recognizing that they were just not emotionally capable? They didn't have the emotional intelligence to be, you know, what I wanted them to be. Or maybe you realize about yourself that you have issues from your childhood that you have not yet worked through. Either way, you know, it's always about calling ourselves out and understanding ourselves in the situation. Or you might be realizing that you're learning things about yourself and that the energies that you pull towards you are actually not that good for you. And that's something where you're like, I have to think about that, right? Because right now, it's just about surrendering and being fair and very kind and loving to yourself. That's very necessary here. We have in the challenge position the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles, now, you might be dealing with an energy who is very sort of stingy with money. They may have issues with money. Stingy is such an immature word, right? But it's like somebody who has, and now this could have to do with money, other resources, or even just themselves, and they just don't have it in themselves to deal with anybody who's looking to take what's his, whether it's his money or hers, right? I mean, tarot doesn't, I'm just saying his because it's king. Either it's their money, their resources, their time, their freedom, whatever it is that they feel like belongs to them. So if this is, you know, more of a commitment is being asked of them in a particular way, whether it has to do with emotions, communication, finance, whatever it is. And that could be really, really difficult for you. I do feel like that is something that you're dealing with. And you're having a hard time with that because, you know, Cancer, it's a very, Cancer, the archetype, right? I'm just saying, wherever your Cancer energy is, very important to feel safe and grounded and rooted, right, in that energy. So if somebody's stingy in any way, whether it's with communication, intimacy, money, whatever it is, that's going to shake your ability to feel very grounded with that person. Like, Cancer really does not do well with selfish energies at all. They're just very, You know, yeah, because it's a water energy and you guys are so open and loving, you can call those energies towards you energetically. And that might be something, if you resonate with that, something to think about. So we have in the near future, we have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. And yeah, this is about greed. So I do feel like that is a challenge for you, because this is about like greed, going into debt, stressing about money, just like this idea of money, where if it has to do with that, if you're not resonating with money, if money's like not a thing, the Pentacles also represent mental, physical, or emotional connection, right? So it's this stressing about the lack of connection, you know, and just feeling this sense of lack, and just recognizing, you know what, the final outcome here is 8 of Cups. Recognizing something's just not happening. You know what's healthy about this? Very high emotional intelligence, high EQ here. Recognizing something doesn't feel right. It's time for me to move on. I feel really sad about it, but I'm not feeling regretful, because you are recognizing that you did the best that you knew how with what you're working with. That doesn't mean that you don't recognize that maybe you could have done certain things better in the relationship. That's a healthy, normal perspective. But you rightfully saying like, well, you know, look, I was really fair, I was loving, maybe I'm not perfect because I'm human, and what does that even mean? But yeah, it just wasn't working. It's a Saturn of Pisces energy, you know. So Pisces is all about dreams, that dream space, what it is that you see in your mind's eye that you really want. And Saturn's just about, no, this is not going to work for you. This is rules, restrictions, karma. Some sort of karmic, this could have been definitely a karmic relationship here. Let's just pull a couple of keys on a ring, coffee cup, stabbed in the back, Sword in the Rose. So some sort of clarity and truth coming to the forefront, and you feeling very pained by it. There's, whether it's even just the realization of a situation where you're like, oh my gosh, this is so not what I thought it was. And you may be realizing that your partner may have other options, or you may be realizing that it's time for you to start looking in other directions, right? But I do see you guys hanging out with people who matter to you, whether it's friends, family members, even if it's one person, even if it's just online, on the phone, whatever it is. You having somebody supporting you in your life right now, which is really good for you to think about, for you to communicate with. As you are recognizing, right, that to be fair, and the full moon, right? Surrender to the divine. Something has reached a culminating point that cannot be ignored anymore. And really, somebody's, oh, look at this, it's just like not wanting to stay up. And then going to the astro dice, you know, putting in that hard work to figure something out, but you having a lack of clarity over what is even going on here, but recognizing that something isn't fair. And at the end of the day, is it worth it? You know, you have to ask yourself that in the moon energy too. It's like, I'm putting all this flipping work into this person, and is it even worth it at the end of the day? I don't know, you know. So let's see what we have for them. This is a subjective read, Cancer, okay? So you may not agree with the energy that comes out. This is from their perspective. So coming into this energy, we have the Hierophant. This person may have wanted to marry you, or at least in their mind, this was discussions. There were discussions about this. Hierophant has to do with, conforming and, following. Now, I'm not going to say following the rules, but it's like societal norms. It's also about honoring the sacred in the relationship. So this is what I see in the past. Right now I see, then we have the Queen of Swords, and that's crossed by the Two of Wands. Queen of Swords is being super honest, right? I mean, this is like very strict motivation to finding the truth and the psychological motivation of you, or even within themselves. But them trying to be in this space of strength and being determined, and them trying to be very strong, right? So perhaps there was discussion about getting married, and they were not sure if they wanted to, or again, celebrating the relationship, but them all of a sudden being in this space of looking at the truth of the relationship And then we have this Two of Wands energy. And the Two of Wands is making plans and moving forward, right? It has to do with partnership, right? Moving forward. So this could certainly be where they're realizing that they perhaps want to be with somebody else. I'm sorry to say that, because the Two of Swords can indicate a new romantic partnership that they meet either through work or through friends or something like that. But the Two of Wands could also indicate waiting for a message to come in. So I'm giving you different interpretations of it because this is a general message. Them feeling like there's another, like a better opportunity on the way. And I know that sounds harsh, but it's like in their mind, they're trying to be really honest with themselves about what it is that they want, need, and desire in relationship, and them being in the space of just honestly not knowing. Now we have the Three of Swords as the crowning energy, which is the card of pain, heartbreak, pain of a truth, betrayal, depression. But there's like this realization, right, where the clouds of doubt are lifted and they're in the space of facing reality. Now, they may have been the one to hurt you, or you may have been the one to hurt them. This line here is just the situation that's going on. But what is good here is that the confusion is gone, even though there could be a lot of pain, right? So it's like the lights come on, the truth comes out, and then you're able to sort of face reality and move on to heal, or they can, right? This is the situation that's going on here. The foundation here is the Strength energy. So the Strength is Leo. Somebody's ego is a little out of whack here in this relationship, right? Now this can indicate for them, all right, you know, them feeling like ultimately things might be able to improve at a certain point only if there was balance, because they're feeling like something was very imbalanced. Somebody's ego is imbalanced. Somebody needs their ego stroked. Somebody's very entrenched in opinion here for a lot of you. For others of you, the issue for them may have been the area of romance, right? Because Strength is Leo, and Leo is the 5th house of romance and creativity. And it's also the house of children. So if you guys are in a more serious relationship and there was this discussion about having children, should we have children, should we not? This may have been an issue here, where either maybe you guys couldn't have children, or somebody wasn't willing or ready, or one of you wanted kids and the other one didn't. It could also be that. Now what's interesting here though is we have the Empress energies. The Empress is the mother of the tarot, and this is you and only you right now. So maybe you're realizing you want to have children and this person is just not like equipped to have kids for whatever reason. It could be that, but the Empress is again the mother of the tarot. This is you know, they may have been very ready, right? Because this energy is for them, or just very entrenched in the idea of being able to grow the relationship, right? It could have anything to do with that, understanding all that the Empress means. But, you know, this could indicate also like growth and harmony in just the foundation of the relationship. But I do feel like there could be this idea of they can't get out of their own way. They can't get out of their own way. We have the Five of Cups reverse here, and in the reverse, this is about moving on and forgiveness and hope returning, but this is external to them, so this would be you. So I feel like Cancer, it's like you're moving on, and they're feeling blocked by this decision in love. The Lover's energy is about a decision in love, which is like recognizing that there are holes in the foundation. The relationship's not perfect, but if you're both in it together, let's do it. They're not able to do that. They're having a really hard time. They're feeling very, very blocked, and because of that, they're by themselves. We got the Hermit energy in the near future. So I have to tell you what I'm getting here. I am getting that even if you don't feel like they're hurting, they are. They can't get out of their own way, though. This is the thing. They truly can't. And what I feel like what's, if you're resonating with this, is a very clear message. It's like they want growth in the relationship, even though there's been this pain. Even if they incited the pain, they may feel very, very justified, okay? But yet it's almost like they don't want to let you go. They don't. And they know that you've moved on, but they don't know how to fix it. They really don't. And then in the future, we have the Hermit energy. The Hermit is Virgo. And Virgo is the landlord of the 6th house of solving problems, right? So, I mean, this really is about problem-solving energy, right? Because whatever was going on up to this point has not been working. So it's really about going it alone for them and trying to figure out, really looking at the cycles in the relationship, really doing some very deep thinking. So if you're thinking that you're not on their mind, you are. That's not it. They just truly don't know. It seems like they don't have the tools in their toolbox to fix something here. We have as the final outcome the Star, which means like in their mind, they feel like they're destined to be with you, which is very interesting because it feels like they don't know how to get out of their own way though. I'm feeling like cyclical stuff here. They were not very fair to you. It doesn't seem like they were fair, but they don't know how to fix it. Mask, Chaser, Golden Mirror, Date. Let me pull, clarify. Snake, yeah. So we have the Mask, not showing true feelings, hiding, personifying. You may be in this space, Cancer, where you're like, did I ever know them at all? Or like, was it just like a mirage of a person? And we have Chaser in a codependent relationship, fear of abandonment issues. So that codependency, you might be struggling with that. They might be as well. You know, a lot of times it's like as soon as you say, okay, I'm moving on, they come after you even harder, sort of thing. It could be a little bit of like narcissistic love bombing there as well. We have the Golden Mirror. Oh, speaking of which, self-absorbed narcissist, one-sided relationship love bombing. That's so funny because my eyes didn't focus on this and I had just said that. So we have the Chaser and the codependent here. I mean the Chaser and the narcissist, right? And that's that classic, you know, runner chaser sort of thing. You gotta be careful though. Like they run away and then it's like they create a hot mess and then you move on and then all of a sudden they're snooping around, right? That's the challenging part of all of that. So we have date, meeting somebody new, dating, getting back out there, planning, set a date. And then that's clarified by the Snake. Competition, looking over your shoulder, the other woman. I just want to pull one more here. Clock, needs time to take time, in time cycles, time to heal and progress. Relationship evolving to the next phase. Healing your inner child for growth. Healing the inner child for growth. So I honestly, what I see here, Cancer, is it does seem like somebody was not very fair to you. Something has reached a culminating point. But what I see here is even though you might be very messy in your emotions right now, you accepting it and moving on. And them not being okay with it. And then there goes the cycle. You know what I'm saying? It's like then they come back in and then they're, oh my gosh, you know, love bomb, love bomb. It's so, that kind of cycle. So that is what I see for right now for relationship. Let's move on to money or career. However, the financial situation is coming your way because not everybody's working. Not everybody has lawsuits going on. Not everybody's inheriting something. So we just pull for the general area of career and finance. Let's pull some Lenormand. Good. Signing contracts, getting some help from people, positive stuff. Good. Okay, just recognizing that there are going to be a couple of obstacles and everything's happening for a reason. So whatever you're dealing with in work, any sort of obstacles that you're dealing with right now, you are going to be getting help and there is a more divine reason behind why everything is happening exactly the way it's happening. Everything is happening exactly the way it's supposed to happen. Okay? No matter how challenging things seem, exactly the way it's supposed to happen. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer, really good. I like this. We have a new moon in Cancer. It's about whatever it is having to do with money. You guys are going to be very grounded, rooted, and safe and secure, which is really nice. Some of you may be purchasing a new home. There could be something having to do with real estate here, which is very positive. We have the 10th house, which is about career. Your public reputation, you're standing in the world. We have Pisces, doing what you're dreaming about. And we have the North Node. North Node is all about learning and what you're meant to be doing. What you're meant to be doing in your work. What you do. Ooh, I like that. what you're meant to be doing in the area of work. That's going to be speaking to, because Pisces, when we're talking about Pisces, Pisces is many things. It's very creative. It's our dreams. But be careful, because it's ruled by Neptune, it could also be where we can get in our own way. So you want to make sure that you're not going to sabotage anything having to do with career or any decisions that you need to make regarding money. So we have the Nine of Swords, working with the Three of Coins, Three of Cups. We have the Wheel. Very good. We like to get the Wheel as the foundation when it comes to career. Empress, fabulous. Chariot, good, 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 good. Ten of Wands, interesting. Yeah, I feel like there's some sort of change going on for you here, though, right? But we have the Queen of Swords. So Queen of Swords, really just being super honest with yourself. Really, really honest. And you're in the space where you're trying to like figure somebody out. Why something is going the way it is. Why is that person reacting like that? Why is the situation in work going like that? Really just trying to figure out the motivations and the truth of a situation. Some of you may be a single parent right now. And so there is this concern about money, and you're really trying to get to the bottom of a situation. Very determined, very strong energy. Determined though, determined. Situation right now, we have the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords, you know, I hear you. You know, this is anxiety, overwhelm, worry. Some of you just may be super stressed out about money or some sort of work situation. You might be having a hard time sleeping. You're just not responding really well to the external stress, not because you're weak, but because you can't really see your way out of something really clearly. So this could even apply if, say, for example, you're in a marriage where you're very dependent on your partner for finances, and it's very, very unhealthy. You may even feel unsafe, and you're trying to figure out how to get out of that, and you can't see a way out. Or if you're in a job that you're in it and you just don't like it, it's all kinds of unhealthy, but you need to hang around because of the money factor. Others of you just may be stressing out because you can't find a job, right? Yeah, I mean, and we have this is being crossed by the Three of Pentacles, which is about collaborating and success and doing rewarding work and being in a space where you're allowing your talents to shine and being successful and being able to launch that idea, being able to bring things together, right? Having to do with that lawsuit, anything like that. And so you're stressed about how to actually pragmatically like roll something out, do something, how to fix something. Now the crowning energy is the Three of Cups. So what I like about this is it does seem like you have a circle of support, even if it's just like you know, emotional, but there's healing here. There's healing in the money area. So I do like this. And I feel like there's going to be money coming in because 3 is the number of creation. So it's like manifesting something, right? Bringing this good energy into whatever is happening in the financial realm for you. But there's definitely a turning point, which is good, right? We have the Wheel. The Wheel is all about a turning point, good luck, fate, right? This is what we've realized, that this is fated anyway, because with the Lenormand, we got the stars, right? So this is about taking a chance on something, though. Really good news coming in, having to do with money, having to do with opportunity. Just make sure that you prioritize whatever it is that you need to do. So remember, this is a Jupiter energy, and Jupiter always does a very, very tight dance with karma. So, you know, you want to just make sure you exercise that fabulous moral compass that you guys have. So you right now with career as Empress, love it. It's all about growth. Now, some of you may literally be worried about your children and your ability to parent and mother, but this is you figuring it out, right? It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like you stepping into your power and you just figuring it out, whatever that means. But I like this because this is the energy of fertility, growth, expansion, growing, right? And it's upright, so we like that. There's no sloppy energy here. You being just very focused on growing yourself and moving away from anything that's toxic, right? This Chariot energy is like, if it's making you feel bad, if it's not bringing you what you need, these are quick changes and progress in any kind of business situation, pushing it forward or bringing something to fruition. But whatever it is, it's something really exciting, and this is very positive news having to do with finances or getting that job, but leaving something, or at least transitioning away from. In other words, you could be working in the same company, but maybe you're changing departments, or maybe there's something changing, your responsibilities are changing, but you're not going to be on that same course. And this is like external to you, impacting you. So it's like an offer coming in. Now, your challenge here is the Judgment energy. So this is, the challenge here in the Judgment, this, when it comes to career and money, this is about acknowledgement for your success, right? And finances improving. And it's because there's this realization about the past and this release. So right now you might be in this space where it's like, I don't know, should I leave? Should I not leave? I don't know. And thing is, the Cancer energies, when it comes to work, especially those of you who have Cancer on your 10th house, it's very hard for Cancers to leave a job. Again, and I'm saying that as Cancer archetype, but those of you with Cancer on your 10th house, it's very hard for you to say, all right, that's it, I'm leaving high and dry, everybody. It's a little more challenging. Obviously, if you're a Cancer rising or whatever, it depends on what else you have in your chart. So we have the King of Coins here as the near future energy. So this is making the most of your assets. I really like this. And what I like about this too is you're not having an ounce of patience, for anybody who is looking to come in and take what's yours. Like if somebody is trying to work out some sort of unfair work agreement or trying to hustle you down in like price, having to do with the sale of that thing, having to do with that contract, if they're trying to hustle you down, having to do with like the amount of from that lawsuit, whatever it is, or pay, salary, you're just not going to be having it. You're not going to be having it. You want to be settled in something, you do, and you want to be good, but you're not going to have any patience for somebody who is really by all rights looking to take what's yours, because you're going to be showing up full throttle, and you just want to get, what's coming to you. Now, I see the Ten of Wands here, and the Ten of Wands does indicate this is the card of overwhelm. So there's a history here, and it's overwhelmed with responsibilities and burden and overload of demand, and you being in this kind of situation. And I know a lot of you that I've been working with are going to resonate with this. I know I've been working with a lot of Cancers lately who are resonating with this. It's that catch-22 where it's like, you want to leave your job, but you don't have the time to actually look for the job, or you want to leave the relationship that you're financially dependent on that person, but because of children and maybe the work that you are doing, there's not enough hours in the day or enough space in your head to actually get all of that done, right? And it's just overwhelm and overload kind of thing. But with the Ten of Wands showing up, something's got to give. It's not going to continue like this. So the Ten of Wands is like actually putting it down. Let's see. Ooh, High Priestess. So I feel like a lot of you are going into your High Priestess mode where you're thinking about a lot, but you're not telling anybody. So you might be getting your ducks in a row and thinking about what it is that you really want to do. Plan. This is a really good energy to plan in, right? Queen of Coins, yes. All right. I mean, this is really good energy, right? This is about taking care of yourself. Is taking care of yourself. This is you being very reliable, able to support yourself. Really excellent energy to connect to whatever it is that you need to survive right now, but more than survive, right? Queen of Coins is like, I could take care of myself. I want to get into some sort of position where I feel like I really like myself while I'm contributing in that job, or feeling really good about yourself, settling that agreement, or coming to whatever financial terms is necessary for that deal to go through. And Temperance, yeah, I mean, this is all about temperance, for sure. Right? Now, you might be dealing with a challenging personality at work, again, who's just like very, difficult, right? Very aggressive, very sensitive, something like that. But a little patience is going to go a long way, because this is really the energy of cooperation and recognizing what everybody needs. But you definitely not being able to stay in something the way that it was. And then we have the strength energy, another nice major arcana. So here it's really recognizing that, there's tensions at work because of somebody's ego. But it can be really taken care of through empathy, and temperance is about empathy as well. Whether you're the one needing empathy or they are, that's going to happen here. Now the thing is this: if you're not going to get that met in this situation that's going on here, you're just going to move on in a different direction. That's what I feel with that High Priestess energy. It just does seem like that. It does seem like that. Let me pull an astro card for a fauna clarifier. First house of self, yeah. You're really focusing on what it is that you want, need, and desire. It's like your outlook. Your outlook on work, on this financial situation, is just shifting. It is. And you're really very focused on that. You're very self-aware. You're very, very self-aware of what feels good and what doesn't feel good, right? Your spidey senses are definitely very kicked up. Very in tune energy here. So I do like this. And with the new moon in Cancer, I just feel like everything is going to end up rolling out in your favor ultimately, and whatever that means for you. So that is what I have for you for this last week of March, my friends. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.